Hey guys, it's Air Guitar, and for today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on my song Star Watch that I just made. And first part I'm going to go over is this little tape stop effect that I used with Gross Beat. So I'll just show you how it sounds and then show you how I made it. Yeah, so that's the effect. First I put this is pattern 1, and I put this to the mixer. So it's GMS, and I put it in a mixer track, and then I put a gross beat on it, and so if you go to gross beat, go to the empty time slot. So this is the time, this is the volume, and you just automate the end of it down. So if I just bring this up, there's no tape stop now because the time isn't going down. So it's just going to stay like that. But if I bring it down, it doesn't look like it's on. Yeah, there we go. So then it automates, and that's all you need to do. If you're going to like a default setting for gross beat, like if I want to open another one, I'll just show you what I did. So if you go to gross beat, make sure it's on empty. So now it's green, it's on empty. Set your snap to 1/8, so it's like 1/8. Then you just bring this down. I brought it down to about here. Right click it and then single curve, so now it's a curve. And then you can bring this up however you want it. I won't play it because I don't want to add this, but this is kind of the time. So if it's like this, it's a slower tape stop, and if it's like this, it's going to be faster. It's only going to go right at the end, right here. So that's how I made it. I just kind of put it to where I liked it, and also I automated the volume of the gross beat, and then put an automation clip right here. So this is the volume envelope. And then you just need to make sure it's turned off right here. So I turned it off, I stopped it, because if it was on, everything else would be affected. I'll just show you how that is. So now watch. So then you don't want that, so just drag it back and make sure it's stopped right there. And then you're good to go, because now it's off. The next part I'm going to go over is this part in the song, all of these patterns. So I'll go over pattern 1 first. So for pattern 1 I used GMS, and I'll show you what I used first. You can't see it, but I used pad 4 MC, and then brought the attack down a bit so it wasn't like a delay kind of. And then turned on the flanger, this one right here, and turned on the phaser, and just kind of put it where I liked it. And then these are the chords. So C, E, G, and B, and then B, D, F sharp, A. Those are the chords. And then I'll go over the little lead thing. This is how it sounds. So for this lead, I used Harmor, and the preset was Morning. So if you just right click right here, go to lead, and then Morning's right here. So that's what I used. It's kind of like little arpeggios, and they're kind of simulating the chords that I was using. you just need this note, and then that would be the chord. So that's like the notes for the chord. Now I'll do the 808 next. Yeah, so this 808, it's from the Metro Boomin drum kit right here. It's number 4, I'm pretty sure. MB808-4. Yeah, right here. And I tuned it, and then I truncated it so it doesn't last out. If you like take this here, you want it to go like this, so it just stops. I'll play the pattern for you and then I'll show you how I made it. Yeah, so that's the pattern. It's in the key of G, so that's where the notes are. 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, and then go down F sharp. 1, 1, and then slide it down. So I put a slide right here. You can see it's sliding down, like right at the halfway mark. And then 2 Ds, and then F sharp, 1, 2, and then G, and then G up to B. So and G, G, sliding up, same spot as this one, but you're sliding up to D. And then this is the same as that part. F, F, slide down to D, D twice, and then F sharp up to D. And then this part, I just left a little gap to add like more of a groove. So if you have the so those gaps are supposed to add more of a groove to the song. Slides are pretty much the same, except for this part. I'll slow it down so you can hear it. Like that. Like that. So that's how I put in all the 808s on the piano roll. And then I put some stuff, drop some stuff in the mixer right here, put pretty parametric EQ, put the bass off of it, so then it has more of a punch to it. And then fruity bass boost, I turned it down without the boost, with the boost. It's more like controlled. And then put some distortion on it, and I think the preset was the heat. So it's the heat right down at the bottom. Without it, it's not as aggressive. And then I don't have all these up, I turn them down so it's not too overpowering. And then next I'll go over the clap. It's just like a Metro Boomin clap 10. On this part, just added like one more clap to add sort of a delay effect, but I just lowered the velocity to make it kind of like an echo. And I put fruity parametric EQ on it, just kind of cut out all the mids, kept it like a high clap, and then put a filter on it as well. So without the EQ, and then without the filter, it's more of like a high sound. And then I'll go over this is like the first hi-hat, so we'll just, oops. That's how it sounds. MB HiHat 9, that's what I used. You can find it right here, number 9. That's how it sounds. And then I put some reverb on it, and I think it's the Cathedral preset. So right there, the Cathedral one. It makes it sound like larger. And then this is the snare, MB Snare 11. I'll just show you how that sounds. Yeah, so MB Snare 11, that's what I used. You can just find it in the snares, number 11. And then, I don't think I did anything to this. Yeah, I just put it in the mixer and panned it a bit. And finally, pattern 8 is MB HiHat 4. So it's just kind of a steady hi-hat. Yeah, that's all. And also, I just want to mention that I pan all my stuff. Like, this is the panning, and this is panned slightly to the right, and then this is to the right. It just adds more variety to the sound. It doesn't make everything, makes everything sound like wider. And then actually there's just one little crash, like a cymbal, just on the downbeat. ND crash 6, that's what it is. And now I'll play everything together so you can just hear how it sounds. Okay, so the last part I'm going to go over is this part right here. It's further into the song. It's the same as the part I just went over. Everything's the same except for pattern 10. It was pattern 3, but you just take out pattern 3 and replace it with pattern 10. So I'll just show you how pattern 10 sounds. So for this pattern I used GMS. It doesn't say anything, but it was the first one for the leads. I think Amphibian TE. It's just the first preset. Then I put it to the mixer and put some Fruity Delay Bank on it. So without Fruity Delay Bank, it still sounds good, but just with it, it sounds a lot better. And that's the only thing. Everything together. I'll just play this part because this is the pattern, and then it stops with the gross beat and then just goes into it. So then it plays twice, and then this pattern comes in, and this is grand piano, and I'll just show you how it sounds. So that's that pattern. It's supposed to go along with these chords. I just panned it a bit, put it in the mixer, put some Fruity Delay Bank, same thing as on the other pattern, GMS, and then put some Fruity Reverb on it. And it looks like it's the Cathedral setting, or preset again. So it's supposed to just go with these chords. You can hear everything together. So pattern 10 and then goes into pattern 12. So I'll just start with this part so you can hear the gross beat. and going into the rest of it. Yeah, so that's it for the tutorial, guys. If you like this, or if you have any more questions on this video, leave a comment in the comments of the real song, which I'll leave in the description of this video, and I'll try to do some tutorials on the parts that you request. So give me a like, give me a sub, and I'll see you guys in the next video.